Well, something for the followers of the underdogs. Fitzroy against Fremantle is the next game up.
Somewhere there's a moment locked inside a dream. If you really follow the rainbow in your heart, you will find strength inside no one can tear apart. So be strong, don't be afraid. There is someone waiting who will help pull you through, who will stand up for you. You will find all you ever need to get through is the power within you.
You took my hat and left it on the banister. I came back and rearranged the furniture. I don't want to go home. Everybody feeling all right? I'd like to do a little number. Oh, I'm a value meal.
Eat here or take away.
Take it away! On the grill, Julie. On the fries, Jimmy. And on the register, let's hear it for Jimmy. Good night.
This is the Big Colour Pages. It's called Big Colour Pages because it lists every business in bright full colours. So you'll find more carpenters, tailors, chemists, florists, funeral directors, removalists, waste disposals, cabinet makers, printers, accountants, architects, doctors, lawyers, gardeners.
For a limited time, Holden Commodore comes fully equipped with alloy wheels, air conditioning, even cruise control. The new Commodore equipped. With $3,000 of added value, no wonder it's a limited edition. There's nothing quite like a Holden.
Less than 6% of Australians have a complete financial plan. So while most of us know where we're going, we have no plan on how to get there. Colonial's new 6-step master plan will show you how to protect your assets, then build more, giving you security now, not just in retirement. Call for your free booklet now. Wouldn't you be better off with a Colonial master plan?
Inexperienced drivers are 4 times more likely to be killed or seriously injured in their first year of driving.
Australia's favourite team tackles the Navy's toughest.
And we jump naked.
Naked?
Was a hero's death an accident or murder?
There's only one way to find out.
The #1 action series Jag, 7:30 Monday on Channel 7. Melissa Gilbert in Danielle Steele's bestseller Zoya, Sunday.
It had been round 8 last year since Fitzroy won their last game under coach Bernie Quinlan then, Michael Noonan at the helm now. And Fremantle, they'd not only beaten Carlton and brought the Premier's winning run to an end, they'd won 3 games this year. OK, they were away from home at the Whitten Oval. I don't suppose it really brought the world to a standstill, a crowd of just over 5,000 there, but the Lions made a good start, and this was the position to half-time, and had made a very good start, and were leading by 28 points at half-time at the long break at the Whitten Oval. We're going to pick up our replay tonight in the 3rd quarter from the opening bounce.
Ball now centre half forward for Fitzroy, kicking to right of...
Start of this second half then. Primus goes up and knocks it down, and immediately Rombotis out of the centre, down towards half forward, and Fitzroy pick up where they left off. Here comes Chisholm, handling it out of defence. Left it behind, though. Hawking a half chance. He was dragged down. Morton slides in. Jones grabs him and will have a ball up just outside the attacking 50 for Fitzroy. They lead 8-3 to 3-5. Some late goals in the opening term, setting up their lead, and they've been very good since. Barker in trouble, arching the back, nowhere to go. Morton kicks it very high. They'll contest just outside the 50. O'Reilly spikes it, gains about 20 metres, gets it across the boundary line, so a throw in. Yes, just moving amongst a couple of their supporters during that last break. They're very, very anxious. I've got to say, not overconfident.
Well, here's their team's opportunity at half forward. Johnson, the quick kick. Cassidy gathers, but taken straight away by Toya in a strong tackle, and the umpire awards him. Umpire Gavin Dorr adjudicating that Cassidy had the prior opportunity to dispose of the ball before young Luke Toya took the tackle. Goes up towards centre wing, Waterhouse in front. Really, the Dockers need to move the ball a little bit quicker than what they're doing now. And this is a terrible kick from Waterhouse. Terrible kick. Hawking very happy to receive it. Right in front of goal, some 80 metres out. Takes it in, Mellington behind, push out.
Unlike the umpire, we can have another look at this one. Yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, Mellington clearly pushes him with the left arm and then takes the mark. 2 actions.
So Fremantle away now. Norwich at half back towards the wing position. Edwards tucks it under the arm and runs through half forward now. The kick looking for Hunter, carries to him, couldn't take it. Gathers again at ground level. Back to Mann, a right foot towards the top of the square. The wind just drifting it across. And Mann picks up his second behind for the afternoon. Jared Malloy been very good in defence. So 9 possessions he's gathered in general play. Nick Carter towards the wing position. Hawking provides the contest. Waters knocks it on down. Jones, first player there for Fremantle. Paxman joins him, but both players allowed to go over the boundary line. On the true wing position at the Whitten Oval, outer side. Fitzroy kicking with the breeze in this third term. Kicked 5 goals with it in the first. Fremantle just the 1 when they had their turn in the second. Ball being brought back now by Gavin Dorr, really controlling the game. John Barker towards centre forward, towards Mellington. He's clear this time. No doubt whatsoever in that contest. A good 2 metres clear. Moves in, goes long and hard towards Johnson. Probably a disappointment there was no one in front of him for him to climb upon. Chris Johnson. Perhaps a little nonchalantly, but he's dropped through his second.
Well, Johnny Barker's kick to Mellington was perfect, and then Mellington almost thought that he could make the distance, so he sunk a long one into the goal square, and Johnson's done the rest. He's a magical player on his day, isn't he, Chris Johnson? He really can do some very special things. Fitzroy move on to 9-3-57 and Fremantle 3-6-24, so they're still taking full advantage of kicking with the breeze again at the start of this third quarter.
Well, we made the point at the start of the day. Their last win was on the 20th of May last season, round 8, against the Adelaide Crows at Footy Park. They're about to celebrate this anniversary unless the Dockers can find something special here as the kick comes down inside the 50. Back after it goes Rowe. Bizzotto Shepherd's coming through and held without the ball is Malloy, and he'll get the free kick.
Malloy's really been special on the back line. As Terry said, he's picked up a lot of possessions in general play back there, and each time they rebound the ball, Malloy seems to be somewhere involved.
9-3, 3-6. Malloy towards the wing. Johnson worked under the ball. Waters cleverly gets it away. This is Edwards. Forward of the wing. The short one is on to Waterhouse. Down towards left half forward. 2 men down the ground just outside the 50. But I think Waterhouse will have learnt from his last lesson and kick safely. He does that inside the 50, and a great mark almost completed down there by Rowe. Toya waiting in front. Dragged down. Dispossessed. Durkay rather tentative going through there, and a whistle and a ball up about 40 metres out. And the Fitzroy boys have come to play this afternoon. You always sensed during the week that was going to be the situation. sitting back last Sunday night watching Fremantle's lamentable performance against the Crows must have made them think they were a chance today, and given the events of the week, well, they found plenty. Dwyer back towards the wing. Plenty of dockers around the ball. Jones dragged off it. Edwards had it smothered. This is Carter across to Primus. Primus runs through the middle, gets it to Bamford. Bamford, the speedster, running down towards centre half forward, kicks for space. Chisholm leads back, pursued by Morton. Chisholm close to the line, played it brilliantly. Great poise. Now he feeds it back to Ridley, close to the line. Todd Ridley drives around the outer side wing. Up out there was Mann. He was held without it. He'll get the free kick. Missed the mark, but was held when he hit the deck.
A bit hard to take a mark when a player's got one hand. Mann certainly made sure the umpire saw it.
Mann up towards the wing. Burton, the big reach. Gradually working the ball along the outer wing. His kick has height. Durkay couldn't complete it. Rowe to Wills. Umpires interfering here. Ball being brought back.
Didn't see the signal then, Terry. I can't tell you what that one was for.
So the question was, well, did they have advantage or not? But regardless of that, it is now with Rowe towards Hunter. Can't complete it. Wills does the roving. The right foot rolls across the face of goals, over the line and out of bounds. So really, Fremantle struggling to get the ball into the goals. Fitzroy have had all the answers in defence so far. Fremantle another opportunity. This time it's Rowe. The snapshot falls short. Bounces awkwardly for the Fitzroy defence, and a free kick's been awarded to Malloy. Jared Malloy pushes out wide. Dent. His kick towards the centre wing. Barker has as much space as he wants. Takes his time to gather it. Looks upfield. On the left foot finds Hawking. He too uses the left foot. Centre half forward. Mellington can't keep it. It's down at ground level. It's Cassidy, the left footer. He likes it. He's gone for it. And the umpire's given it to him.
Coming up, all new challengers face Australia's mightiest muscle in a test of strength and stamina. Seven's Gladiators next.
Right now, Mitsubishi dealers are offering very generous factory bonuses on the Mitsubishi range in the end of financial year clearance, which means that if you're quick, you can drive away with a great factory bonus on the stylish Magna Wagon, 7-seater Nimbus, and a top run-out deal on Lancer Coupe, Sedan and Wagon. But you'll need to get a move on. It closes June 30.
There's an Australian airline that can fly you to over 90 destinations in 27 countries on 5 continents. It's not just Australia's leading airline. It's the airline recently named Best in the World. The airline that you know best.
For a limited time, Anderson's Furniture is offering 12 months interest-free to approved customers. Choose from furniture like Moran, Parker and Tessa at Melbourne's most competitive prices. Get 12 months interest-free for a limited time only. At Anderson's, nothing but fine furniture.
Things have changed a lot since I retired. We got more time to shop around. That's why we decided on Australian Pensioners Insurance. They offered lower rates and new for old replacement. But better still, they treat you like you count.
If you're over 55 and no longer working full-time, there is a company that gives you understanding, not just insurance. Call Australian Pensioners Insurance Agency. 24 hours, 7 days a week on 132 555.
Thursday nights will never be the same again. With the arrival of a game so powerful, it could transform your life. Powerball. High voltage lotto.
The Vulcan freeloader just goes on and on and on. That's why the Super 10 has a 10-year warranty.
Vulcan freeloader for loads of free gas hot water.
Monday night.
These models.
Behind the scenes with Al. Shooting a new European calendar.
It feels very Playboy.
Al has You've Never Seen Her. These pictures and more only on 7 Nightly News, Monday at 6.
On Witness, Wayne Carey, AFL's handsome high flyer.
Under Carey, I think.
Dragged down by his own hands.
He's got the desired bit of mongrel about him.
Now he speaks out about that scandal.
It's not something that I'm proud of.
Witness with Jana Vent, 9:30 Tuesday.
Play restarts. Brad Cassidy with that last goal. This is Carter through the middle. Looping hand pass over the top. In trouble is Clayton. It comes back towards Norris, who slaps it back to accommodate this man. Wills. Some indecision there. The master of indecision on that run. Toyer eventually to Bandy. Back to Wills. About 35 metres out. He swings towards full forward. It's bending back nicely on the breeze. Narrowly missed. Interesting, the composition of their defence at the present time, the Dockers. They've got O'Reilly on Cassidy. Now they're sorting it out, but it's cost them a goal. Ridley is back at full forward, and really they need to address the problem, or rather at full back. On the full forward, Mellington, who's been a danger for them. Meantime, the ball comes in short. Over the ball is Carter, slung. Waters against the flow. Johnson slides in. Back comes Carter, ties it up. They're just getting back to Fremantle's problems, and they certainly are many, but full forward is not serving them well at the moment. Maybe Ridley down there would be a chance at getting some goals in this game, because at the moment they are really struggling. Waterhouse's hand pass goes directly up in the air. Rombotis knocks it back to Waters. Down towards full forward. This will get Hunter to take a mark. You watch. No, he missed it. Back comes Malloy. He's in the back pocket, and the fullback clears once more.
Looks for and finds Mickey Dwyer. Dwyer just slowing things up a little at halfback. The kick is dangerously close to the line, and the boundary umpire allows Simon Hawking to take the mark. Comes inboard. Toyer, too short, son. Cassidy, Johnson on the burst. Attacks the goal. Mellington and Ridley. Ridley in front. Mellington behind. Did he touch? Rolls across the line. One behind. Johnson can attack the ball and go, John.
Certainly can, and that was a great kick too. It must have travelled about 55 metres, bounced sort of halfway into the goal square, so it had gone from well outside the 50-metre line before it touched the deck.
So Scotty Chisholm now responsible for setting up the next play. Comes up the centre of the ground. Fitzroy dominated the air. Now they're at ground level. And the free kick goes their way. Matthew Dent. Very good form in this first half. Goes wide looking for Johnson, but the kick really not in the right spot. Playing this Whitten Oval, he needed to have kept to the members' side. Edwards to Burton. O'Reilly, and really Fremantle struggling to find something that will take them forward. O'Reilly comes directly across ground. Chisholm now has to take them on. In short to Norris. His kick is pressurised. Durkay couldn't complete it. Pike does it at ground level to Barker. Barker finds the space he needs. Hawking in front. Jones behind, interferes. Hawking has really been very creative across half forward. Free kicks, Fitzroy 17, Fremantle 11. Cassidy. The left footer. Again to centre half forward. The spoil falls into the true attacking position for Fitzroy. Slightly members side. Johnson thinks it's one for him. Mellington takes it. Bamford finds room, straightens himself up. Kick smothered. defensive Fremantle working overtime. Kickett breaks it out with one bounce. He now works towards Burton in the true centre-half back position. His kick really up and hoping, going nowhere for the Dockers. Rowe now, protected by Wills and the Shepherd. Two bounces. Three, keep going, go all the way. There's four of them. Inside now. The kick, probing to the goal square. They need a mark. McCarthy. Well, Luke Toyer really isn't the man to be on the end of a long kick like that one. And was always going to be under a great degree of pressure.
10-4-3-8. The Dockers got their last goal at the 8-minute mark of the second term. Malloy to Bizzotto in the back pocket. And what about the last, well, 8.5 quarters now the Dockers have played in the AFL. As Bizzotto drives it along this member side wing. Dwyer off hands, in trouble. Tried to go back to Carter. Leach overran it, threw it across to Waterhouse and is duly penalised. You think back to approaching half-time against the Brisbane Bears. That was the round before last. They were cruising 5 goals in front. Terrible second half in that game. Lamentable game last week. And again, they're struggling this afternoon. So they've gone quickly off the boil. Kickett dragged out of it. Bamford beat about 3 of them. Went looking for Johnson. Waters propped in front of him. Coming through his Hawking. Held without it. He'll get the free kick inside the centre square. Chips it out wide. Cassidy. He's cutting them up. Runs inside the 50. Long, penetrating kick. It's a goal.
The way Scotty Waters hung back for that contest in the middle of the ground then is just indicative of the way the Dockers are playing. It just seems as though they're waiting for the Fitzroy players to go in and lead them to the ball, and free kicks are going their way, and the score's obviously going Fitzroy's way. The Dockers just seem that little bit hesitant. They've just got to get at the footy first.
Cassidy, his second goal, both in this quarter. Fitzroy now by 44 points. Brad Cassidy with his second goal for the quarter. Toyer, hard-working rover, pushes his side forward. Wills left-hand flick, but only to Martin Pike. Dent. Been cool in its crisis all day. An undisciplined play there by Chisholm. Advantage given Johnson. Morton. Anything you want, boy. He's got it. It's home.
The AFL Centenary Season. Proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Australia. Qantas, the Australian airline. Foster's Lager. Mobil. Nike. Coca-Cola. And McDonald's.
Well, at three-quarter time, the Lions up by 50 points, heading for their first win of the season. And did you see the faces on some of the fans? Still a quarter to go. Some highlights of the last term.
I guess this is returning the favour, so to speak, after all those losses. Fitzroy, a chance to beat the Dockers in a game they will well remember, as Boyd, or rather Rowe, kicks out of the congestion and kicks a great goal.
Gives it to the quicker Bamford. Bamford on. Hawking couldn't quite handle it. Give it back to the runner, and so he does. 2 bounces from Bamford. The left foot perfectly placed. Mellington couldn't complete it. Takes it on the bounce. Finds the room. Puts it through. Mellington 4. Fitzroy working extremely hard in here, but the Dockers not prepared to concede just yet. Toyer squeezes one through there. Hunter wheels around on the right as much time as he wants to settle and straighten. He goes for it. He's got it. The big athletic Matthew Primus takes it on. Carries it on, pushing and shoving another 30 metres. He's made it to the wing. Assistance from Cassidy. Now inside to Dwyer. He's got the space. From Bottas, who's controlled the centre of the ground, to Mellington. Yes! Now shooting for his 6th goal. And the crowd like what they've seen.
Dockers won their first game against Fitzroy in the AFL on this ground, and now another landmark. This time one that Fitzroy will savour. Long towards full forward, off hands. In goes Rowe. On his knees down there, Clayton. There's the the siren.
Well, the Lions' first win in 12 months, and they won by 31 points. The Dockers kicked 6 goals in the last quarter. Mellington kicked 6, Johnson kicked 3, and for Fremantle, Hunter kicked 3 goals. 2 reports: man of Fremantle reported by a boundary umpire for striking Holmes with a forearm to the head, and Edwards of Fremantle reported for striking Dent with a fist to the head in the 4th quarter. The crowd was 5,083, which I'm afraid to say is officially the lowest crowd ever to watch an AFL-VFL match in Melbourne. 5,000. The previous lowest was when Fitzroy played the West Coast Eagles at the Western Oval in 1994. Well, there mightn't have been many there, but those who were there were absolutely wrapped in the performance of the Lions. And a short time ago, at the Lions club rooms, their coach Michael Noonan, who broke the drought, spoke with Mark Doran.
Thanks, Drew. And the Lions are certainly king of the jungle here at the Fitzroy Club Hotel after winning their first game in 22 rounds. With me is Coach Michael Noonan. Very happy, Mick?
Oh, of course.
You, after the game, you closed it off a bit, tried to keep it down as much as possible?
Well, I think it's important that these sorts of games aren't treated as grand finals. I mean, successful clubs have, you know, this sort of situation every week, and I think, you know, they've got to understand that they've got to work this hard every week and, you know, start to put that sort of score on the board.
At least now you've got something to work with. Some of those young fellas really showed something.
Yes, and also we had a bit of a target up forward, which made, you know, the amount of work they did during the day, they got some result from it, and that's probably the most significant difference between this week and last week.
And we're talking about Anthony Mellington with 6 goals.
Yes.
He was being played in defence. How's he going up forward now? Obviously very well.
Obviously the defensive side of it wasn't his forte, and he's sort of come down the ground, taken his opportunity, and to, you know, to the betterment of the team, he's given them something to kick to, and it's marvellous how that adds, you know, to their confidence when they're coming down the field.
It's been a very big week for the Lions with the merger speculation. Did you plan that at all?
Oh no, I think it's something that we've tried to put behind ourselves, but you know, I think it sort of is a very positive thing for the young men of the club to be able to endure. Well, for us it's not been a week, it's been weeks and weeks, months even, to endure that and still keep their focus on their football.
Okay, Fitzroy had a good win, North had a good win. You meet next week, perhaps a bit of friendly fire.
Oh, I think every week I look forward to a great contest, and, you know, with this little bit of extra confidence, I hope we'll equip ourselves very, very well.
Okay, Mick, thanks for that. Okay, Drew, that's it from here. They'll be partying all night long, that's for sure, until at least Fitzroy win, perhaps next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Mark, and what a night it will be there. And the Lions are off the bottom of the ladder, so the league ladder with still matches to come in the round, and Fitzroy, second last, dumping Melbourne to the bottom of the ladder. The Bears are on top by a game. North Melbourne second ahead of Carlton, and that's the way the ladder looks. And the next matches, and Mark mentioned it, well, tonight, West Coast plays Sydney under lights at the Wacker, and we go there live at 8:30 in an hour's time. Tomorrow, Footscray play Essendon at the MCG, and Adelaide play St Kilda at Footy Park. It should be a great game. And of course, it's North and Fitzroy next week under lights at the MCG on the Friday night. A report through on trial by video from a game last night at the MCG where Peter Dean has been reported for allegedly intentionally kicking Billy Brownless in the 3rd quarter of the match at the MCG last night. Don't forget the footy coming up in an hour's time from Perth. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope the Lions have a big night tonight. Good night to you all.
This has been a 7 Sport production. The AFL Centenary Season, proudly brought to you by RACV Insurance and